All right, ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand, the Carmelli Shop Cues by Mr. Steve Serna. Steve, of course, as most of you know, has been a very, very long-term, several years, apprentice of the world-famous master-level cue maker, Mr. Ariel Carmeli. The reason these are called the Carmelli Shop Cues is because Steve, who works hand in hand, or he worked hand in hand for several years with Ariel, had the opportunity just these last couple of years to begin building his own cues. But he's not a novice. He's been working with Ariel on his cues for quite a long time. I guess I could technically call these the Carmelli and Cohen Shop Cues, and I'll tell you why. So Ariel Carmeli has recently relocated his shop from California, where he's been born and raised. He is a West Coast cue maker, just like Steve Serna, the gentleman that made these cues with Ariel. Ariel moved all the way across the country to the great state of Virginia. So literally from the West Coast to the East Coast. His shop is now closed down, and they're in the process of wiring it up and getting ready. Before he left the shop, there was about 20 of these Carmelli Shop Cues that Ariel worked on directly with Steve. And then Steve is now working with Eddie Cohen in his shop in California. So Steve put the finishing touches on them, the wraps with Eddie Cohen, tightened up the cues, and then shipped them, of course, to us right here at Crossroad Cues. We are officially Steve Serna's online dealer, and we are very privileged to be able to present these cues to you. If you like the way Ariel Carmeli cues play, these are going to play just like Carmeli cues. The coring process, the wood actually came out of the Carmeli shop. The wraps were all sourced from the same place where Ariel gets his wraps, Mr. Martin Bick, the gentleman that is behind the scenes with many of these cue makers when it comes to the leather wraps and a lot of other cue products. So Carmelli Shop Cues by Mr. Steve Serna. Again, a very long-term apprentice of Mr. Ariel Carmeli. What's really special about these cues, besides the fantastic woods and of course the playability, with this package that I'm offering right now, you could not even touch a Carmeli cue. Right now it's hard to get a Carmeli cue, period, because he's closed down, but you're not going to find very many player quality cues by Ariel. He's not even making the Merry Widows in the near future, and you're going to spend a couple $1,000s. These are priced just under $1,500, and that's not with two maple shafts like you would normally get a Carmeli cue. Steve Serna wanted to do something really good for the market as an introduction for his cues, and we have sold 2 batches of these, by the way. The first batch sold in a matter of minutes. The second batch sold in like 2 days, and I had quite a few of them. They're going to be on my website, crossroadcues.com. crossroadcues.com. Anyway, Steve is allowing us to sell these with one of his famous kielwood shafts. Steve is the one that actually makes the kielwood shafts for Ariel Carmeli. So you're getting a Carmeli kielwood shaft with these Steve Serna cues. All right, without any further ado, I'm going to run through them real quick with you. I didn't mean to ramble on. I just wanted to make sure everybody was well informed on what these are and how special they truly are. And they play really, really, really good. I have put some of my other shafts on Steve's cues, and I am very impressed. He definitely learned well from the master, and he is on his way to becoming a fantastic cue maker. Number 1, that is curly acacia, okay? Look at that wood right there, curly acacia, and it is from the Koa family, okay? And that is a beaver leather wrap. Now that's a new wrap to me, and I got to tell you, it feels really, really, really good. Nice texturized beaver wrap. I'm not going to go through all the specs because if you read the post, it's going to have the specs on them. Number 2, okay? And by the way, this curly stuff right here looks like koa wood. This is cored with cherry wood, by the way, okay? That is going to hit really super good. Each of these are cored just like Ariel Carmeli cores his cues, except for Steve uses a little bit different wood on the coring. Ariel likes to core with either maple or purple heart. The second cue right here, this is Asian satinwood burl. I've never even seen this wood before. This has the beaver wrap on it as well. All of these come with a 3/8 modified pin, just like Ariel Carmeli. Same thing with his apprentice, Steve Serna. The first two cues are lighter weight. One is 14.5, this one is 14.2. You can always add weight to these cues. All the shafts are 13 millimeters, the kielwoods and the maples. That way, if you want to come down, you can come down. If you want to add weight, you can add weight. I love how he trimmed these rings in silver and white. Number 2's got the silver trim ring. Number 3, this is Mexican Coco Bolo. What's the difference? Well, Coco Bolo comes from a couple different places. The Mexican Coco Bolo has more of a fiery look to it. Really nice kind of fiery color. And then it has the, what he did on the bottom, he actually put a ebony ring on it. This has what we call Florida pebble leather. So guys, you're getting leather wraps, a keelwood shaft that would cost you $300 or $400, and a maple shaft, and we're under $1,500. If you blink, these are gonna go bye-bye. I'm telling you right now, they will not last. If you want a really, really good world-class playing cue with excellent wood, this is your opportunity. Number 4 and number 5. You notice these are Coco Bolo, but they have a little bit different tone to them, okay? These are, well, at least number 4. Number 4 is Central American Coco Bolo. Now look at the bottom of that. Looks like a guitar. How cool is that, right? Florida pebble leather. This one's got copper and white rings, 3/8 modified pin. Same thing, keelwood and a maple. And then you've got another Coco Bolo. I thought this was Central American. That could be Mexican Coco Bolo. Nevertheless, they're both going to play fantastic. So $14.75 only plus shipping. If you need financing, when they load to my website, you can select the cue of your choice. You can check out with a firm. There's a buyer and seller protection on that. You'll put in your shipping information, and then we will race. We will race to UPS with our lightning fast shipping to get it out to you. We ship out the same day or the next business morning. Again, if you want something that looks and plays like an Ariel Carmeli cue without spending $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000, because Ariel's cues continue to go up in value, this would be an opportunity to get a cue that Ariel's actually touched, he's actually worked on. He helped Steve turn the wood down. He's helped with all of the different parts to the process. And then again, Steve Serna finished these cues in the famous Eddie Cohen shop, also in California, then shipped them to us. So there you go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will mark them sold as they sell. If you're on Facebook, check us out at crossroadcues.com. If you're following us on YouTube, please like, follow, and share my Facebook page, Crossroad Cues Gallery page. Crossroad Cues Gallery page. These things are set up and ready to play with a capital P. Carmelli Shop Cues, available at Crossroad Cues.